And we continue with Siman Ayin Dalid. Today we're up to Sif Beis. Says the Mechaber in Sif Beis, Haroiches, one who washes, turning over the page over here, Arum b'mayim sulim v'roitza lishtois, one who is washing undressed in clear water, and he wants to take a drink. Of course, the problem now is that it's a liboy uroya as arva, as we learned extensively in the previous year. He should cover himself with a garment underneath his heart, when he makes the bracha. So you can't cover yourself with your hand. Says Rama. Similarly, if you cover your head with your hand, that's not called covering your head. Come on, Siman Sadi Aleph. Let's say it's dirty water and therefore your limbs are not visible through them. Only if it does not smell bad. So if the water is only up to your waist, then even if it's clear water, it'll be fine because your heart is out of the water in a separate area. Says Mishnah Berurah Sivkotan Zayin Ichasa Beveged Pirush. Da'amayim Aval Bishim Sulimim, the water is clear. Mikol Makamani Kisuyol Inyin Sheyaser Machvas Girva Gilui Erva. Still, it's called covered with regard to the fact that it's not forbidden because of Gilui Erva. I mean, this really talks about the end of the sif, that even though it's clear, still it's considered covered. It's not like the case your head is sticking out of the window. Ubetinai, and this is only sheitzi roishe chutz lamayim. This is only with the condition that you stick your head out of the water, v'lo yistakel ba'erva, and you do not gaze at the erva. Kiv damayim sulam in the ears b'erva, also you can see the erva. Elo shadayin ish iser misham liboy royes erva. It's still a different iser. Even though your head is sticking out, and therefore your head is in different roshos, you have a different problem that your leaf sees your erva. Kishalevim erva mayim, it's in the same area. Al kin sarch lechasses begin mimatal liboy. So you have a separation between your leaf and the erva. Similarly, if you have a chatzitza, separation with the garment, al liboy in your heart, gamkin mani chnel b'sif aleph. Kisha yivarich. So we said you have to cover it over. So when you make a bracha. Similarly, you have to cover over. You have to cover your head. You can't make a bracha, of course, with your head without a covering. So yivarich v'gili aroish. The test does not work. Whether you cover yourself, your heart, or you make a separation, you're leaving your erva, unless you're holding on to your limb itself, because your body cannot cover up itself. If someone else places their hand over your leaf, that will work. And of course, this brings us back to halachas that we learned in the beginning of the Siman, beginning of Shulchan Aruch, in which we learned the halachas of a covering. The halachas of wearing a yarmulke was similarly that you can't cover yourself with your own hand, but what you could do is someone else could put their hand in your head. Sivkot and Yod Loi Mekira Telemer Linin Shadi Mutter Levarich Oy Loiti Mebiv Shar Davar Kdish Vayin Leil Siman Beis, like on Siman Sadi Aleph in Mishnah Berurah. But if the water is colored, if they're clear, what should he do? You should move around your legs to pull up some of the dirt. Of course, it's only if you're on the ground, there's dirt on the ground. Shaykh was if you're in a barrel, it'll be the same thing. Richon Rav, if it smells bad, Ayin Seven Peivav, Mishabru Hashem, as we will get to those halachas, Rak Lamala, Tamay Mikri Yazdi and Libel Erva. So if your heart is out of the water, that's going to be enough. Ayin, these are Gankiv She'inav, Chutz Lamayim Lo Yistaka B'Erva Chanel, as we saw in the beginning of the Sif, you have to be looking elsewhere. You can't be looking downward towards your Erva. Lo Adam Erva B'Ashashes, Mersiv and Ayin Sif Eid the Aser, as we'll see. This glass covering the erva will be the same story as we will get there. B'siyat Dishmaya. We'll conclude today's share with Sif Gimel. So if you're holding on to your body, then that is called afsaka. So we're learning here, even though we just said a moment ago that you can't cover yourself with your own arm, but if it's clinging to it, then you could. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Pirus, if Katan Yadal, Am I made b'mayim sulimir in clear water? Everything is underwater. So you have a problem now that your heart sees your erva. You can hold on to your erva with your hand. Why is this better? It's not normal to hold yourself this way. You're wearing a toga, you're wearing a robe without pants, and you hold yourself on your shirt, you press in well, even he will agree, because in that case then you're going to have the garment of the beged separating, and everyone will agree. In that case it will work. We'll pick it up from Sif Dalet on the next year, B'siyata Dishmaya.